to Ensj News. Today I'm your host Brian Perez and I'm here with
Sayet Tiscareño. Good afternoon, have all of you our viewers today.
Let's go to the news.
In the section about politics, up next we will have a session roast with Gemma about Donald Trump and Barack Obama.
Tonight, on Celebrity Roast, two American leaders that are just like cats and dogs. Barack Obama versus Donald Trump. With their good and bad stuff, here we go. Welcome to your roast session. In this side of the corner, we have Barack Hussein Obama II. During his 8-year government at the White House, he struggled as any other president, facing bad comments and great days. You might wonder how he managed all that stress. Well, the answer is simple. He found his own shelter in books. Since he was a kid, he loved reading, and you can say he's a fierce, passionate reader who's always looking for his identity and advice in books. During difficult times, he read elderly people's books like Nelson Mandela, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, and Gandhi. Sometimes you need to look back in history to find out what other people do in hard times or when they feel weak and alone. That's what gave me a reason to keep on going and feel useful as a president. He never attacked his enemies with war or spoke bad about others. Instead, he said he always assumed his role as the most important job ever. Some people can say he'll be remembered as the first African American president, while others can say he'll be remembered by his cool, warm personality and government. Through this, he will always be remembered as the most humble and grateful president ever. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that was his top secret to survive 8 years as a president. Now, talking about assuming roles, he's another guy who's giving a lot to talk about, and he's not even started his new job yet. Donald J. Trump, known for his fancy companies and ways to show off. He's sure fierce as Obama, but more fierce like a beast. Since he started his campaign, controversy has been his best advisor, claiming he will make America great again. Little did he know is he should buy a geography atlas, because he seems to forget that America is not only the U.S. We do not know for sure if he has read some books or not, but apparently he's got some Nazi stuff. Oh, and about other people taking Americans' jobs, he should know being a president, it is also a job, and with no experience at all, we gotta start praying God things won't get worse when he rocks on. That's all for today.
In other economic news, we have Donald Trump trying to get rid of the vehicles being manufactured in Mexico, like Ford's Case company. Let's see what Alex has to talk to us about it.
President Donald Trump criticized Ford investment in Mexico for the construction of a plant. Also, a memo published in Washington Post said that remittances will be the resources that will use to finance the wall that was built at the border of Mexico. The document published on the newspaper about his political campaign. Trump detailed his plan for Mexico to pay the border wall. The politician explained that the resources for the wall will obtain them by blocking the remittances of the immigrants. The politician said he will modify rule under an anti-terrorism law to cut money shipments to Mexico unless the country makes a one-time payment between $5 million and $10 million for the wall. And Toyota said, don't worry, Ford, we bring in the balls.
Mexican gas price hike. What consequences will the rise in the price of gasoline bring in 2017?
Huge and occasionally violent protests have gripped Mexico since the beginning of the year. Economists agree that this will bring a blow to the pocket by inflation of the prices of products and services that Mexicans pay, use or no vehicle. Gas price hike of some 20% imposed of Jan 1st. may have sparked the demonstration, but they are about much more than the cost of refueling a car or cooking a meal. They are being propelled by anger of President Enrique Peña Nieto's handling of the economy and widespread corruption, as well as his treatment of Donald Trump. Peña Nieto repeatedly promised that gas price will not rise, so these protests are not just about gas. Mexico has been a tinderbox for a long time, he said. Gas price rises were the straw that broke the camel's back, added Ackerman, who is also the editor-in-chief of Mexican Law Review. That's all for me. Back to you guys at the studio.
So, Sayetsi, what do you think about education nowadays?
I think education is important for teenagers, kids, and people like you and me to prepare for their futures. And, well, I think all the people needs education.
Yeah, I believe education is a crucial part of our lives, which we learn about values and many important lessons to be part of a society.
Now, we will have Jasmine in the education section, and she will talk about why learning English is so important.
Hi, my name is Yasmin, and in this topic, we will learn the top 10 reasons to learn English.
Learning English is important, and people all over the world decide to study it as a second language. Many countries include English as a second language in their school, and children start learning English at a young age. Here are 10 good reasons to take an English language course. English is the most commonly spoken language in the world. 1 out of 5 people can speak or at least understand English. English is the language of science, of aviation, computers, diplomacy, and tourism. Knowing English increases your chances of getting a good job in a multinational company within your home country or finding work abroad. English is the official language of 53 countries. That is a lot of people to meet and speak to. English is spoken as a first language by around 400 million people around the world. English is the language of the media industry. If you speak English, you won't need to rely on translations and subtitles anymore to enjoy your favorite books, songs, films, and TV shows. English is also the language of the internet. Many websites are written in English. You will be able to understand them and to take part in forums and discussions. English is based on a small alphabet and it is fairly quick and easy to learn compared to other languages. English is not only useful, it gives you a lot of satisfaction. Making progress feels great. You will enjoy learning English if you remember that every hour you spend gets closer to perfection. Since English is spoken in so many different countries, there are thousands of schools around the world that offer programs in English. If you speak English, there's a lot of opportunities for you to find an appropriate school and course to suit your academic needs, and because it's fun. Learning English will also learn about other cultures. Few experiences will make you grow as a person more than learning the values, habits, and way of life in a culture that is different from yours.
In the technology section, we have Jaime talking us about some of the characteristics of the brand new Nintendo Switch that the company Nintendo has announced this last week.
If you're missed out on Nintendo Switch conference, here's a breakdown of everything as it happened.
What is Nintendo Switch? Built as a hybrid console, Switch is a home console and a tablet that can be played on a TV or on the go. The console features a 6-inch HD 720p touchscreen, meaning gamers can play games outside the home, but Nintendo's intention is also to bring you back to home so that you can play games on the big screen. And for that, the Nintendo Switch dock will allow the console to plug directly into your TV. The Joy-Con controllers from Switch are futuristic, to say the least. The tiny, detachable gamepad can be easily slotted into the main system. That means the player can easily play a game on the Switch using the Joy-Con controllers. The futuristic controllers features a number of new technologies, including HD rumble that will provide precise feedback to players and an infrared motion sensor. The Joy-Con controllers will come in a variety of colors, neon blue and neon red. Nintendo also said the sensor is capable of telling the difference between rock and scissors. Quite impressive.
What are you doing, Brian?
I'm reading comics. It's amazing, you know? Comics have such nice scenes with characters, superheroes, villains. I believe it's really attractive for our kids. What do you think about it, Sayetsi?
Well, I think it's a way of teenagers to start reading, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to get our kids into literature. What do you think about it, Alex?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, freakies and comic lovers. Here Alex from the other side with terrible news. I'm really sad about this and I really have no words to tell you. Well, Carol Danvers, aka Miss Marvel, fought yesterday against the terrible titan Thanos, who was surprised by her, and few new Avengers and some Inhumans. With the terrible news that Brody, BFF from Tony Stark, was murdered by the dangerous titan. We're expecting how Iron Man will react about it. We already know that he's not going to be very happy.
So, Brian, how was your 2016?
I believe 2016 has been a really rough year because people has passed away. But at the same time, I believe it has been a really exciting year with many movies that has been really cool, many video games, many music artists. What do you think about it?
I like it too, and I love the International Book Fair in Guadalajara City. And in other topics, well, I like the video games too, and my favorite movie I'm waiting is the Assassin's Creed the next year.
It's a really cool movie for these video game fans, you know?
Yes, I love it. And what about you, Robert?
Thank you, Sayetsi. Okay, this year that has passed, many artists died through the year. Some of them are...
In politics, we have the famous Cuban president Fidel Castro, and from USA, the First Lady Nancy Reagan. In sports, the Chapecoenses football team from Colombia, and the famous boxer from old time, Muhammad Ali. In entertainment, we have the famous singer George Michael and David Bowie. Also, Alan Rickman, the famous teacher called Snake from Harry Potter. George Martin, considered the fifth Beatle, and the famous singer Prince. Also from Mexico, we have the unforgettable Rubén Aguirre, best known as el Profesor Girafales, and the famous singer Juan Gabriel. And many more. We hope that this year greater things will come. That's all from me, you guys. Have a good afternoon. And finally, we have my partner Sayetsi talking about what is coming this year 2017. Thank you.
By the way, I have a note about what awaits for us this 2017.
Let's check it out.
We're ahead, the 10 most anticipated films of 2017. We just started 2016 and many of us already rubbed our hands thinking about Captain America Civil War, Suicide Squad or Batman vs Superman, three of the most anticipated films of the coming months. However, we always like to look further and begin to retain the films that will come a year later. 12 months in which the new Star Wars episode Spider-Man Revolt or the Justice League, if it's finally are the most anticipated films of 2017. Okay, to start, we have The Beauty and the Beast, the most anticipated live-action Disney adaptation for 2017 is no one other than The Beauty and the Beast, which will bring together Emma Watson as the Navy Disney princess and Dan Stevens, Downton Abbey, as the hidden prince under the beast that resists show in their beauty, while actors like Luke Evans and Ewan McGregor will play respectively the villain Gaston and the Lumiere Chandelier. March 17, Fast and Furious 8. Although the absence of Paul Walker as really that sadness us, the producers have already put all the meal on the grill, recurring again Vin Diesel, Jason Statham, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a trio of action to drive new and brand new boats in the city of New York. April 14. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. After becoming the highest grossing film of the summer of 2014, Guardians of the Galaxy will return with a sequel that adds news. The possibility of crossover with Avengers would be more than possible considering that the personage of Mantis, original member of the Marvel Patrol, will be one of the new additions, May 5th. Star Wars Episode 8. After the success of The Awakening of the Force, many will wait for the new next episode that solve all our doubts with respect to the destiny of the king or the evolution of the new Darth Vader called Kylo Ren. Episode 8 will feature Benicio del Toro as a new villain, as fans already conceived it is a particular The Empire Strikes Back of the 21st century. May 26. Pirates of the Caribbean, All Men Do Not Tell Stories. Finally, the fifth part of the one of the most successful sagas of the story will arrive this 2017, carried out by Jack Sparrow, faced to Captain Salazar, villain of Return interpreted by Javier Bardem, whose purpose is to find the trident of Poseidon that will allow its owner to dominate all the seas, and as the girl of this film will be Kaya Scodeliano. Maze Runner, July 7th. War for the Planet of the Apes. If there is a saga that has honored its predecessors, that is the new Planet of Apes. Andy Sachs is hiding again under the Code of Caesar, and actors like Woody Harrelson or Steven Zahn will join the final crusade for control of the planet. July 14. Marvel's Spider-Man. After the slight fiasco that The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Marvel supposed he did not think and decided to completely renovate a Spider-Man, who in addition to join the Avengers, will have its own film to be released this 2017. Tom Holland will be our new Spider-Man. July 28. Alien Covenant. Much has been said about the coming of the saga Alien after the existence of Prometheus, and his connection with the original tape starring Sigourney Weaver to offer us a new episode of the Galactic Trailer. October 6th. Justice League Part 1. One of the highlights of the fall of 2017 will be the first installment of the Justice League after Batman vs. Superman and Wonder Woman, which will premiere in 2017, including Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, Batman, Henry Cavill as Clark Kent, Superman, and Gal Gadot, dressed in Wonder Woman costume. Jason Momoa as Aquaman or Ray Fisher is a cyborg. November 17. Bonus, we have an Avatar 2. The great unknown of 2017 continues to fall in the long-awaited sequel to Avatar. Pandora Saved will become the new stage of the adventures of Jake Sully or Neytiri, Blue Actors of soap opera technology.
That's all for today. I would like to thank to all of our viewers.
We will see you in the next transmission at Ensj News, and we wish you have a good evening.